Dark Forest Hypothesis. The dark forest hypothesis suggests that alien civilizations remain silent and hidden to avoid detection by others, which could be a survival strategy. If extraterrestrials possess the technology to contact us, they probably also have the means to annihilate us, such as advanced weapons or bioengineered viruses. Benevolent aliens might also see us as we see ants, exploiting Earth's resources without caring, or perceiving us as a potential future threat and choosing to preemptively destroy us. Technological singularity. The concept of the technological singularity envisions artificial intelligence reaching a stage where it is able to reproduce itself and develop smarter iterations of it at an uncontrollable rate. This would lead to a rapid explosion of intelligence capable of far outstripping human capabilities, rendering them obsolete. This scenario could lead to a resource conflict between humans and machines. Although artificial intelligence does not intend to harm humans, its actions could unintentionally alter the environment in which we live in a way that is detrimental to our human survival as it prioritizes problem-solving over our well-being. Genetic engineering. Genetic engineering is a double-edged sword offering significant medical advances, but also presenting risks if misused. The knowledge to create highly infectious and lethal viruses is likely to spread rapidly. Accidental errors in genetic modification or containment could produce organisms with no natural predators and rapid reproduction rates causing irreversible ecological damage. This is considered one of the most plausible threats of extinction in my opinion. Strangelets. Strangelets are hypothetical particles other than normal atoms that could form in the dense cores of neutron stars. If these particles interact with normal matter, they could trigger a chain reaction converting everything into strangelets. Although highly unlikely neutron star collisions could eject the strangelets, which could eventually reach Earth. Gamma-ray burst. Gamma-ray bursts are intense flashes of high-energy light second only to the Big Bang in terms of energy. They can result from the explosion of stars or the merger of neutron stars. And if one were directed toward Earth, it could destroy the ozone layer, exposing the planet to lethal UV radiation and potentially ending all life. However, the probability is low since the explosion would have to be directed toward us and occur within our galaxy. Technological stagnation. Technological stagnation could occur if humanity reaches a point where technological progress stops due to resource depletion or physical limitations. This stagnation could prevent us from colonizing other galaxies, increasing the likelihood of extinction from other causes. In addition, without advances in agriculture, water management and medicine resource scarcity epidemics, and climate change could become insurmountable problems, and we may not be able to feed everyone, causing famine and conflict over resources. Without new medical technologies, a new disease could spread unchecked and kill much of the human population, and without new technologies against climate change, the world could become uninhabitable. Vacuum decay. The vacuum decay hypothesis argues that our universe may not be in a perfectly stable state. Imagine that our universe is like a ball resting in a small depression on a hill. As long as the ball stays in the depression, it is fine. But if the ball were pushed out, it would roll down the hill into a more stable depression. If that happened, a bubble of true vacuum would begin to expand at the speed of light, changing the laws of physics. And inside the bubble, everything would be destroyed. The particles that make up matter and energy would no longer behave in the same way. The worrying thing is that such a bubble may have already left without our knowledge, since it is traveling at the speed of light and we cannot see it coming. Gray goo. The gray goo describes a scenario in which self-replicating nanobots designed to build copies of themselves using available materials get out of control. Because of exponential growth, they could rapidly consume all matter on Earth, turning it into more nanobots. Once released, these nanobots would be nearly impossible to stop, leading to a global catastrophe. Supervolcanoes. Supervolcano eruptions, although rare, could occur in the next few centuries. Scientists can predict them by detecting pressure buildup. An eruption would cause extensive local damage through explosions, lava flows, and ashfall, which could collapse buildings, suffocate life, and contaminate water supplies. Globally, the ash cloud could block sunlight, causing a volcanic winter and a significant drop in temperature. Cosmic strings. Cosmic strings are incredibly thin and long theoretical objects that are believed to be remnants of the early universe. If one were to pass through our solar system, its immense energy could cleave through space, creating strong gravitational forces that could disrupt planetary orbits, potentially cutting off planets or sending them into space. Antibiotic crisis. Antibiotics make it easier to eliminate infections and perform routine medical procedures. The antibiotic crisis stems from the growing resistance of bacteria to antibiotics. The more we use antibiotics, the stronger the bacteria become against them. That is why it is necessary to seek medical advice before using them. Overuse of antibiotics, especially in agriculture, accelerates this resistance. If new treatments are not developed, common infections could become deadly again, with millions of deaths a year. Research into new antibiotics is limited because of high costs and poor profitability, further exacerbating the problem. Nuclear war. With about 13,000 nuclear warheads currently in existence, a large-scale nuclear war could kill 50–80% of the human population immediately or in the long term. The survivors would face a hostile environment with a nuclear winter, causing agricultural collapse and food shortages. Radiation would lead to serious health problems, including cancer and genetic mutations, further reducing the population over time. Climate change. The Earth could become uninhabitable if we reach critical thresholds. We are currently at 1.1 degrees Celsius of global warming, but reaching 1.5 degrees Celsius could trigger the melting of the Greenland ice sheet, potentially raising sea levels up to 7 meters over centuries. The newly exposed ocean would absorb more solar energy, further warming the region. In addition, lands devoid of reflective ice and water would warm more rapidly, accelerating melting by about 60%. At this temperature, the permafrost would begin a snowball effect, decomposing trapped organic matter and releasing CO2 and methane, which are more potent than CO2, leading to further warming and decomposition. Thawing permafrost could also release ancient viruses and bacteria unknown to humans, potentially causing new diseases. Between 1.1 and 2 degrees Celsius, we could see a weakening of the Atlantic meridional circulation, which facilitates heat transfer from the southern hemisphere to the northern hemisphere as far as Greenland. A partial collapse could plunge Europe into a mini ice age. At 2 to 3 degrees Celsius, disruption of monsoon systems could affect about 1 billion people and complicate global food supplies. Likewise, the Amazon rainforest could dry out, lose its regenerative capacity, and turn into savanna, releasing large amounts of CO2, further accelerating global warming and reducing regional precipitation, leading to agricultural problems and potential food shortages. Massive asteroid. To cause human extinction, an asteroid would have to be about 10 kilometers in diameter, similar to what caused the extinction of the dinosaurs. Although this is unlikely due to constant monitoring of large asteroids missions, such as DART, demonstrate potential methods to deflect dangerous asteroids, reducing the risk of a complete catastrophe. Transhumanism. In modern times, the biological evolution of humans has slowed down, as technology allows us to adapt to the environment. Technological advances, however, continue rapidly, leading to the concept of transhumanism, where technology enhances human capabilities beyond natural limits. This could involve genetic modifications for other planets, or absurdly digital consciousness, where human minds are uploaded into computers, or interconnected, forming a superintelligent entity. This transformation would end humanity as we know it, but would preserve human existence in a new form. Heat death of the universe. The universe may be heading toward thermal death in trillions of years, a state in which it has expanded so much that it has become cold and empty. There will be no difference in energy, no heat, no light, and no activity, leading to a dark and lifeless universe. Even if humanity were to survive all other threats, we would still eventually face the extinction of the human race, although some speculate that a new Big Bang could create another universe.